Welcome in to the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Senior. A lot to get to on the Jimmy Garoppolo trade front, but first, do you think the 49ers can fetch a first-round pick back for Jimmy G? Today's show presented to you by the Fetch Rewards app. You can fetch bonus points for every receipt that you scan, then turn those scanned receipts into free redeemable gift cards by going to chatsports.com/fetch, and when you enter the promo code 49ers, you get 3,000 bonus points to start off with. I'll put that link in the comments section as well as the description of this video. The point of today's video, a Jimmy Garoppolo trade rumors roundup. A lot going on this front as we get closer and closer to the start of the new league year. Now you take a look at Jimmy Garoppolo's contract right now. 30 years old, base salary of $24.2 million going into the final year of his deal, cap hit of $26.9 million, and there are going to be suitors out there looking to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. He has some talent. He's won a lot of games, compiling a 33-14 record. He's very good in the clubhouse as a team leader, and there are a lot of teams out there that are ready to win right now, but without a quarterback. And Garoppolo is able to fill that void, give you a veteran presence for a team that has some good complementary pieces so that you can get back into playoff contention. Now, what can the 49ers get back for Garoppolo, who really is a fascinating figure within this 49ers fan base? According to Peter King, Football Morning in America, he said maybe a first-round pick. If for sake of the argument, Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson do stay put this offseason, that is great news for the 49ers because it would mean, in my opinion, the floor of a trade would then be a first-round pick. Maybe the sweet spot, as you called it, would be to Pittsburgh at 20 in the first round, or maybe even to Washington at number 11. I can tell you, I had a good talk last week with Ron Rivera at the Super Bowl, and Washington is going to do something at quarterback. They don't know yet what it is, but they're going to do something at QB. Carolina will do something at quarterback as well because, as we know, Matt Rule is on the hot seat. So given what Peter King said, you look at the landscape right now and some of the quarterback-needy teams. If you're rooting for Russ and Aaron Rodgers to stay put, that's the best scenario for San Francisco. It takes two of the elite quarterbacks out of the quarterback market, and in doing so, in the process, it ups the value for Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, getting a first-round pick back would be great for this team because they can continue to either help build the organization with that first-round pick, or you can trade it away for another ready-to-play player because you're without a first-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. You gave that up in order to move up to take Trey Lance. So right now, the 49ers draft selections, round 2, 45th overall, 1 in round 3, 4th round pick at 115, a 5th round pick at 154, and then 3 7th round picks to boot at the back end of the 2022 NFL Draft. So you have some primary and premier players on this roster who are older and veterans. You have some really good young pieces. You can use these draft selections at your disposal to trade them away and get some ready-to-play players right now, or you can continue to bring in young studs at key positions of need, and they're not going to be making a lot of money on those rookie contracts. And in addition to that, if you get a first-round pick back for Garoppolo, you say yes, you hang up the phone, you hit up Jimmy Garoppolo, you say thank you so much for your years of service here in the Bay, but we're sending you away for a first-round pick. So with the Niner gang really just lighting up the comment section of late with all of these Jimmy Garoppolo trade rumors, I want to ask you this. Can San Francisco fetch a first-round pick back for Jimmy G? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get those votes in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed, do so right now by hitting that red subscribe button down below. Because if a Jimmy Garoppolo trade happens, we have you covered faster than anybody else, in addition to the latest news, rumors, live shows, and top-tier audience engagement. So hit that red subscribe button down below, and let's get to 57,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Whether the 49ers can fetch a first-round pick back for Jimmy Garoppolo, we'll see. Maybe over the next couple of weeks is when a deal will be made once that new league year starts on March 16th. You can fetch points back for every receipt that you scan thanks to today's presenting sponsor, the Fetch Rewards app, and get 3,000 bonus points if you go to chatsports.com/fetch and enter the promo code 49ers. It's free, easy to use. You hit that orange button, you scan your receipts, and you earn points on any receipt from any store or any restaurant, and then you redeem those points for gift cards to places like Starbucks, Amazon, Fanatics, Walmart, and a whole host of other stores. That link down below will take you to the promised land. I'll put that link in the comments section as well as the description of this video. As for the teams that could be quarterback hunting this offseason, there are a lot of them because quarterback is of the utmost importance for many organizations out there that do not have a quarterback. Pittsburgh Steelers, Washington Commanders, Carolina Panthers, Denver Broncos, Indianapolis Colts, now that they might move on from Carson Wentz, Cleveland Browns, they could be moving on from Baker Mayfield, New Orleans Saints, you can't move forward with Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston, maybe another year stopgap, but I think Garoppolo's the better quarterback. New York Giants, depending on the health of Daniel Jones with that weird neck injury, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers entering the equation as well because Tom Brady, at least for now, is retired. If he comes out of retirement, I don't think he goes back to Tampa Bay. I think a move to San Francisco is in place. We continue this Jimmy Garoppolo trade rumors roundup with this coming from ESPN's Nick Wagner. The 49ers would like to get at least one day 2 draft pick this year or next back for Jimmy G, along with something else. That's with the idea if a couple of the other big names don't move, Garoppolo could be the best available option on the market. It helps the Niners' cause that there are teams in position to win now that have a need at quarterback and that the draft class appears light on instant starters. And that also moves in the favor for San Francisco, a Pittsburgh Steelers team. They're not looking to rebuild. They might not be sold on a quarterback in the 20s of the draft. They might want a veteran who Jimmy Garoppolo would be a much bigger upgrade over a player like Ben Roethlisberger. The numbers never pop out at you, but really the eye test tells you that Jimmy Garoppolo, a pretty solid quarterback, and he's very able to succeed and flourish when he has good weapons around him, like the Pittsburgh Steelers have. Najee Harris, Pat Freiermuth, good wide receivers, good coaching staff, and a very good defense led by the Defensive Player of the Year in TJ Watt. Dan Graziano on Jimmy Garoppolo's trade value also said this: that cap number that we talked about earlier isn't a bad one for a competent starting quarterback in 2022. I think Garoppolo's at the top of the list for teams in this market who can't get a Russell Wilson, can't get an Aaron Rodgers or a Deshaun Watson. There might even be some teams that prioritize Garoppolo ahead of Watson due to the uncertainty around the Houston quarterback. Really what it comes down to, it's all about the leverage, and it's all about the market. And I think the 49ers moving forward, they're going to stay and remain coy about whether or not Garoppolo is going to come back in order to try and increase that trade value. And then the market is going to predicate what happens. Does Aaron Rodgers go back to Green Bay? Russell Wilson go back to Seattle? If that's the case, again, 2 elite quarterbacks off the market. Deshaun Watson's legal situation still not resolved, so that could mean that Garoppolo is one of the best available quarterbacks out there, and for a quarterback-desperate team, that's what then leads to them being desperate and trading away a first-round pick. I'm here for it if that's the case. If Jimmy G gets traded, do you hope that if he goes to another team, he actually does well? Let me know. He's a polarizing figure. GL for good luck, type nah for no. You let me know in the comment section once more. NFL Network's Jim Trotter as we round out this Jimmy Garoppolo trade rumors roundup segment. My understanding was in the exit meeting, the 49ers told Jimmy they will continue to be transparent, and because he is so respectful and beloved by his teammates, if they can do right by him as far as landing him into a spot where he wants to be and has a chance to win, they're going to do that. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo has been able to earn that respect. Look, on the field, 2 NFC Championship games over the span of 3 years. He's led the team to the Final Four in the 2 years that he's been able to stay healthy over the last 3. And people commend him and really respect him for him being a leader, fighting through injuries, and just being a model stand-up citizen, especially with the way that he handled this entire Trey Lance situation. Imagine you in your job, if your company, your employee, your boss hired somebody that you knew was going to replace you. You wouldn't be excited about it, you wouldn't be happy with it, and that could affect your job performance. That did not affect the job performance of Jimmy Garoppolo or the morale that he carried around throughout that practice facility. Another rumor to get to are the Philadelphia Eagles, one of those quarterback-needy teams looking for a quarterback, and could they be interested in Jimmy Garoppolo. This coming from Albert Breer on the quarterback market. It's really hard to assess the trade value of Garoppolo. The reason? We still don't know which quarterbacks are going to be available. There's a good group of suitors out there ready to take a major swing at the position: the Broncos, Eagles, Panthers, and Washington Commanders. Now, a lot of people read that and took it as Philadelphia interested in Garoppolo. Honestly, is he that much of an upgrade over a player like Jalen Hurts? He's much more expensive because Hurts is on his rookie contract. My read there, and that's really the difficulty of the written word as compared to the spoken word, is that the Eagles are looking for a quarterback and they're in the market for a QB. That quarterback is not Garoppolo. They're going to go big fish hunting, big game hunting, looking for some bison, looking for some big game, as Matthew Peterson would say, and they're looking for a Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, or one of the top-tier quarterbacks. They're not looking for a middle-tier guy in Garoppolo. They also have 3 first-round picks at their disposal that they could use in a trade to bring back one of the preeminent quarterbacks in the NFL. Before we get out of here, my final question for the faithful: where will Jimmy Garoppolo get traded? I think the writing is on the wall. I think it's inevitable. I think it's imminent that he does get dealt. Pick a destination in which he gets dealt to. And as always, thanks for making the 49ers Report a part of your day. And don't forget to subscribe.